Funding for the production of Public Square provided by the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, working to improve the lives of vulnerable children.
If there was anything else in our health system so glaring, we would have a cure, but we don't for child abuse.
When you're in a poverty-stricken state like New Mexico, who's taking care of our children are some of the people who are the least capable.
In this state, we spend $135 million after the event and $3 million on prevention. That should be turned around.
This is about giving children who don't have a voice opportunity. And then we all benefit. We all live in a better place if our children are better off.
So what is the focus then, if it is preventable? What do we need to do? Welcome to Public Square, where civic dialogue takes center stage.
As a society, we need to be aware of children that are vulnerable, that are living in these kinds of families, and not be afraid to bring that forward and say something about it.
Child abuse and neglect affect more than 1 million children every year and cost our nation $220 million each day. New Mexico had more than 6,500 victims last year. Almost half of those were 5 years old or younger. The child injury death rate in the state is 1.5 times higher than the national average, and in most cases, biological parents cause those deaths. Survivors of abuse carry emotional scars for life. They are also more prone to chronic medical problems, more likely to be arrested, and about 1/3 of adult survivors may go on to harm their own children. Ironically, experts say child abuse is 100% preventable. Today, we'll explore how we make that happen. We've brought together medical professionals, law enforcement, and advocates working to prevent child abuse. And we'll talk solutions with Yolanda Dinas, Secretary of the Children, Youth, and Families Department, and Jared Rounsville, Protective Services Director for CYFD, as well as State Senator Mary Jane Garcia. Before we get started, here's more information about one prevention strategy: home visiting for new parents.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Evelyn. Oh, you said my name.
Home visiting is a strategy that is growing around the country. That's because experts in early childhood development see it as one of the best tools for ensuring healthier families and thus preventing child abuse.
What I expect it to do is go down to a normal, just like if we ran a sprint.
Positive impacts of effective home visiting programs include parent understanding of child development, brain development and cognitive skills, social and emotional skills, physical and emotional well-being, and language development and pre-literacy. And home visiting has the greatest impacts for low-income, first-time adolescent mothers. The New Mexico Department of Health has recommended the state increase home visiting programs.
What we're going to talk about today is misinterpreting babies cry. Why babies cry and how do mom and dads approach a baby crying.
Nicole Gomez is a very young new mom. Her baby, Willow, is barely 5 weeks old. Every week, she and Robert Graves, the baby's father, meet with Krishna Singh Martinez, a home visitor with St. Joseph Community Health. Krishna will work with the couple until Willow is 3 years old. She helps them understand how the baby is developing and how to take care of her.
There's blankets, pillows, who knows what else on the bed that can definitely suffocate her. She doesn't know how to move her head and be able to breathe. So it would be best for her to sleep in a crib.
When do you think she'll start talking?
She's talking to you already, just babbling, but saying words will probably be about a year.
Like hot water, she loves them.
Becoming a parent for the first time is a huge change for anyone, but particularly teenage parents.
The biggest surprise for me having a new baby was I was having a baby. So, yeah, that, and then like my whole life changed.
Each week, Krishna goes through different aspects of how Willow is growing and developing.
Just pick her up and hold her for a little bit. It doesn't mean the only time you hold her is when she cries. She just wants to feel that comfort and she wants to be secure.
This ensures that Willow will get the care and love she needs to grow, and it reassures anxious young parents by giving them tools to raise healthy babies.
I feel real confident as a mom, because now if you have a question, you can just ask her right away. She's there on text message, and she comes every week, so it's not like you have to wait a long time to ask her. Like, she's there all the time, 24/7. Without them, we would probably be clueless.
It's a great support system. It's easy for first-time moms and first-time dads to ask questions on why or how. How do I hold a baby when I never held a baby before? Or how do I feed a baby when I never fed a baby before? It's just those little tasks in order to raise a child that helps mom and dad feel a little bit better about themselves also, and not always living on the edge, thinking that they're going to be doing something wrong. Being a mom and a dad is not an easy job. There's definitely going to be very many bumps in the road. It's an instinct to know that learn all those different cries from her. Just like right now, what do you think?
I think she's saying dance.
For more information on home visiting programs, contact St. Joseph Community Health at 505-924-8000 or go to stjosephnm.org or contact the Nurse Family Partnership by calling 505-272-3364 or online at nursefamilypartnership.org.
I've seen a lot of people whose lives have been destroyed because child abuse has occurred in their family. When adversity happens to children early in their life, it makes their ability to learn to emotionally regulate themselves and to learn how to get along with others more difficult. And unless we can prevent these adverse childhood events, we're going to have this problem of child abuse endlessly.
It is uncomfortable, and we do need to talk about it because it needs to be known that this is something serious, that it's not meant to be swept under the carpet, that we need help now for families. I don't want to see this happen to my children. I don't want them to have to go through a situation that I've had to go through with them.
It has a devastating effect on children in New Mexico, and it's not any less prevalent than it was 20 years ago. These families are having to make a lot of survival kinds of choices, and unfortunately, when you're living in that mode, you don't necessarily make choices that are supportive of children.
My hope for this kind of forum is to drive home the point that investing in our children becomes the priority for our state. It's a social justice issue, and it's also an economic development issue.